Hi, I'm Nigel the Shanghai Psychic. I can tune into your loved ones in the spirit world, but I can also tune into you, tell you about your path and the choices that you need to make and need to know. I'm currently giving 30% discount on all Tell Craig Your Story listeners. Just use the code Tell Craig Your Story for 30% off your first psychic reading with me online at Nigel the Shanghai Psychic.
This is part 2 of my podcast with Ksenia on Tell Craig Your Story podcast.
So when you first come here, where did you? What city was it that you come to China?
The first city was Yancheng.
Yingcheng, right?
We stayed there only for 1 month.
Right.
And we were very disappointed, and we went back to
just no shows or.
No, we stayed. I don't know if I should say it in broadcast, but it was a cheating company who collected performers all over the world and just taking their passports, keeping them in a hotel. And if you have job, okay, you get job. Maybe you get paid if we want, or maybe you will not get paid.
Yeah.
And it was again interesting experience.
Yeah, trust me.
It's good to have that only for 1 month. We were lucky to have an opportunity to quit, because most of people didn't have that opportunity to leave that company.
Yeah, right.
So okay, we got this experience. Okay, we go home. We went back, but it gave us another opportunity. While we were here, we found another bar who would like us to work in the bar. So they started to do invitation and all the documents for us.
Right.
So we come back. Then we came back to that city again. But at the time they couldn't open. Oh, it's such a long story. I don't know if it's interesting at all.
How did you come here? Was it an entertainment visa or?
Yes, it was entertainment working visa. Yes. Yeah. So it was like one place, then from one place we didn't get anything, but we got the contact to move to another place, then we got the contact, we moved to another place. Right. Then finally we stayed in Kunshan, not far from Shanghai, in the city, for 2.5 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was incredible experience because it felt like we were in army. We were learning a lot of songs. We were practicing a lot, doing some job outside as well, like non-stop. But it gave us a very good way of working, the way we work now.
So how many days were you working in Kunshan?
For 1.5 years, it was 7 days.
7 days a week?
Yes, with no breaks at all. But then last year we worked 6 days a week.
Wow, that's intense.
Yes, and at the same time we were growing, we were rocking the stage, but it was a small town with people who come to the bar just for drinking beer and playing dice, and they didn't really care. But we didn't give up. It was a very good opportunity for us just to practice and to practice again and again, because if they don't care, you can do whatever you want to try different stuff.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Not being afraid, because they don't listen anyway.
Yeah. You like the background music. Yeah.
Yes, but when after some time we realized, oh my God, no, we need to move. We reached some kind of level with very huge repertoire and everything.
Yes.
We have to move towards, and then that was the time when we met Grant. We
So-
found each other.
So Grant. So let's set this up. This is where. So Grant's told his side of it, where he said that he was getting all this feedback from people in the music scene here in Shanghai, saying that this band in Kunshan are doing great work, and apparently he sent like songs to you, certain songs like a rock song, an Elton John song, a Black Sabbath song. So I wanted you to play all sorts of different styles of music, right?
Yes. That was the plan. We wanted to show him as big a range of what we can do as we could,
Right,
just in one show.
right.
Because for now I think we can talk a little bit about the Pearl, right?
Sure.
The shows that we do, because the specific of the Pearl is not doing just music nights of whatever music, but we specialize on certain themes, and every night is different.
Yeah.
We have just band, we have more than 30, it's already coming close to 40 shows. All of them are different with different songs, and every show is like 28 to 30 songs. And so that's the specific of the Pearl, that we don't do something, we do great all the time, big and epic, and like as much as we can do.
But it's not just the music as well. It's cabaret shows, it's burlesque shows,
Yeah,
it's
that's
drag
why.
nights.
Yes. That's why I started to say like only band itself has
Yeah.
like this number of shows, but also it's such a huge like numerous of different kinds of styles and everything, like pole dancers competitions.
Yes.
And some circus amazing performances, and some different kinds of cabaret, burlesque, Broadway, some Rocky Horror,
Yes.
drag shows. It's so beautiful and so
Yeah.
amazing.
The Red
And-
Box are doing their
And
thing.
Red Box,
Yeah.
I think, I'm sorry if I don't mention
Yeah,
everyone,
all of them.
but everyone performing is so unique,
Yeah.
is so good and talented, and doing its best. And this number of shows also, and different performers who also do shows at the Pearl, they give us opportunities, even do like 2 shows per night. One show for dinner time, like from 6, 7 to 9, and then the band comes on and plays after another full show, big tribute show or something like that. And I don't think there is any other place in Shanghai like that,
Right.
doing so much
Mm.
and so different stuff in the same place with the same people
Yeah.
who are very hardworking. Also, all those performers, the dancers, they are doing so many different shows and styles, and they are amazing. They're so professional, and love them so much.
Yeah.
Yes, and also it's a very big thank to Grant for
Tell us
being
that- tell us-
able to put all of us together.
Tell us about Grant. Like his nickname is Papa G,
Mm-hmm.
and it's exactly
What he is.
what it is. He is the daddy to all these musicians that he brings in,
Yes.
and he just even myself. I'm not playing there, but I've interviewed, and he books shows for our band as well. If you guys can't play, and just a real sweet teddy bear.
Mhm.
Yeah, it definitely shows. So, tell us about first time that you met Grant and what he means to you as a
I would say it was shocking
yeah.
when I first saw his picture, when I just got his WeChat. But I think that's what it is for everyone.
Yes.
But it is what he tries to be actually. Because this colorful beard or colorful like red beard and red horns that he got last time from a special barber. Yeah.
So it's pink now, but you said when you first met it was bright green?
No, it was green when he told us a story when he was called to a school because his son did something and he appeared there with a green beard and shocked everyone. That was amazing. So that is grand. Yes,
so
and
grand,
saying about him being Papa G, he takes care of all of us. He's just a foreigner here in China, and that's why he understands more than anyone else how it is difficult for us to be here. That we really need support and. For example, for performers, it's also not easy because we are very limited of what we can do in China. Even if you're very skilled and you can do many things, you can do only one thing here because you get your visa and there is a purpose on your visa. If you're a performer, you can be only a performer. If you're a teacher, you can be only a teacher. I think now there are some other ways to do license and it's not that easy for performers to stay here, especially during lockdown because we do live shows and it also says that it's going to be crowds of people who come to watch you performing. So this year was the most difficult, especially for performers. And he's always taking care of everyone, asking how is everyone and trying to help as much as he can to find some extra job for everyone, some performances for companies, some events, corporative events, everything just for us. So except that he does a huge amount of work for the Pearl, planning all the shows, looking after everything that should be fine, finding stuff for the show, for lighting, sound engineer, everything. So everything is on him. Like what's everything about the show is on Grant.
Through him,
and it's I said,
ticket sales, and then he's taking photos of the show and taking videos, and then someone goes up to the stage, so he's up there grabbing him and pulling him back out. So he's just
taking care all the
amazing.
time. Like when we are at the Pearl, he's taking care of us. When we are not at the Pearl, he's always taking care of us. If we have everything we need or not. He's a real Papa G.
Yeah. So you come to Shanghai. When did you start working at the Pearl?
It was September 2018.
2018, right. Because I saw you guys do an AcDc when I first come to Shanghai as well.
I see you wearing a t-shirt.
Yes, I am. Yes, representing. Well, it's Dave's birthday today, so what better way to wear an AcDc shirt than
great choice.
AcDc, and he's the Angus of the show.
Oh my God, we forgot to mention Dave.
Yes, it's Dave's birthday.
Happy birthday, Dave.
Happy birthday, Dave. And we'll be there after this. Don't worry. But yeah, Dave is a part of he's Angus in the AcDc, and
he's Ed Sheeran. Also.
Yeah, he does a couple of and before some shows he'll do like his own set, acoustic set.
Yes, warm up.
Before you guys
show.
play. So
he does a great job with that.
Yeah, he's very talented Australian rocker. But yeah, it was just very interesting. I went with my friend to see the show, and there was a Bon Scott, then there was a Brian Johnson, and then you walked out and was like,
oh really? Did you know that?
This isn't
strange. At least
a girl's gonna sing like Brian Johnson and Bon Scott? What? It's not gonna work. And you did like Thunderstruck, and I think you did Shook Me All
Yes.
All Night Long, and I was like, yeah, this is. So the one thing that I found even that night is that your range of vocals, because you're singing Bon Scott, he has a very unique style, and then the next night you could be singing Freddie Mercury, then you're singing ABBA, then you're singing you did
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift, you did Pink Floyd, you've done Metallica.
Yes.
I mean, it's just
It's a huge range of shows that we do.
How are you sort of getting through this? Is it?
I like to challenge myself.
Yeah, right.
Actually, I can tell a bit of story how we came to this.
Sure.
Because from the first time I told you that I was a classic singer, and it was difficult for me to switch to very different singing, and not to one singing, because it's a huge range also of styles in rock and pop music. It was not easy, and the first thing it was to change my attitude to that, because I was a classic singer. I thought I was great, and when I heard somebody singing something differently from I do, it was difficult for me from the first time to just accept the fact that it is what it is, and me being a cover singer, not singing just my original songs, I have to respect the singers, because they are great singers.
Yeah.
I'm nobody here. I'm just covering. I'm paying tribute to what they do. So I have to respect and do as much as I can of what they do, because it's a very tricky thing, because first you need to find something in yourself that you can change, because some people say that people cannot change, right? Some people say that they can change, but so I say we always have to stay ourselves, but we can just be better.
Yeah.
And what's wrong with just learning another skill, another way of singing, another style? And me being teaching right now, like also vocals, and being like coaching some people in singing, that's what I help people to find balance. You shouldn't be exactly like the person that you cover the song. You should be yourself.
Yes.
You always can find out how to adapt the song to yourself, but also don't be afraid to learn something new.
Yes.
From what you learn, because every time when you improve yourself, like you get a huge range of skills that you can use, and it's also you. Even copying someone, you still do it your own way, and it then that's how I became what I am now. Just trying to pay tribute to the singer. It doesn't matter I like it or I don't like it, because I started to think differently, that if I don't like something, maybe I just don't get it, and I don't understand it.
Yes.
So I'm trying to find a way to understand, because there are so many people who love this singer, who love this band. If I don't like something, I need to find out. It's not that I don't like, I just don't understand. I need to find a way to understand this style of music, this kind of singing, what's good in it, what I can take, how can I adapt it. And for me it was a big challenge when we started to do like really rock songs, and those songs needed to use some distortion in it. So you still can sing it kind of with a clean voice, but it should be like that. So I started to search something in myself how to do it. So the first things that I started to do, of course, I need to sing louder. I need to scream. But then, of course, I started to lose my voice.
Yes.
And it was not the same sound at all. I realized that there must be something different that you change something in your like position, vocals, chords. And yeah, I started to watch a lot, like some tutorials on YouTube from different people. Anything I could find, I started to, okay, there is something different that I just cannot do. That's why I cannot sing. It doesn't matter if I just scream it louder or lower, because there are some singers who can sing not screaming but with this beautiful and same distortion. It's so good, it's so beautiful.
Yes.
So there is just something about position, and that's how I found out that I need completely to change everything and to rebuild myself, not being stuck with just one style of singing. And because it's just not important, because every singer is so unique, and it's so good when you can just be a little bit closer to what they do, and copying them and learning from them, you also build a better like version of you. And how we came to this, when we just came to Kunshan, we had a plan from our boss that every month we have to learn 20 songs. Every month shows have to be renewed, and every night we have to play different songs. So of course we didn't have that huge shows like we do at the Pro. It was just simple, easy nights, but we just couldn't repeat the songs during like the week.
Yes.
So what we started to do, of course, I am as a singer, I could say like, okay, I have my own range. I have my own, like, you can change your strings, you can buy another guitar. I cannot buy another pair of chords. I have what I have, so I will choose the songs and you will do what I say. But I didn't do that.
Right.
Instead, what we decided to do, because it's a huge amount of work.
Yeah.
Every month, 20 songs. Maybe to learn 20 songs is not that difficult, but when you do it continuously, every month,
tough.
and then it's not that you play only those 20 songs. I mean, you add those 20 songs to your repertoire, and you just play, like, if you have like enough songs to play 3 nights, you play 3 different nights. Then you 4 different nights. Then 1 week. Then you play 2 weeks of different songs. So that's how we play it. So it becomes more and more difficult to keep that amount of information in your head. And songs are also so different. So what we started to do, for example, we meet 1 week, we have like 1-2 rehearsals. Every rehearsal we prepare 4 songs. 4 people, 4 songs. Every person, every member of a band gives the name of the song that they want. And you cannot say, oh, I don't like it.
Right.
I cannot sing it, I cannot play it. You have to find a way how you will do it.
Okay.
And everyone does it. And that's how we really raised our skills, because we had to do something that looked like impossible for us.
Yes.
And started to learn very new, like a lot of new stuff. And then the world opened to us. Because it became not like this. You can do only this and whatever. And then you choose only songs that in your range. You do a lot, and then you start to like it.
Yes.
You start to love it, because when you get better skills, then you feel proud of yourself that you can do this and that, and it's such a great experience.
Oh, it would be, absolutely. And tell us about how you keep your vocals like in good condition. You said before that you were trying other things and you were losing your voice, but with the change of the weather, being cold, people wanting to go to parties, and your shows are pretty late, like finishing after midnight. So how do you keep your vocals, like you wouldn't be able to do these certain things? How have you done it for such a long time and kept your vocals still strong?
It's a very interesting question because it's super important. For a singer, it's very important. And the first thing, you have to try everything to find out what works for you and what doesn't work for you. Because if somebody will just tell you a list of things what you should do or what you shouldn't do, come on, you will not do it, right? You have to experience by yourself. So the thing number 1, I would say, no alcohol during the show, before the show, and if you have a show and the next day, especially no way to have alcohol after the show.
Yeah.
Because you need a night. You have a night to recover, because it's been working for at least 3 hours. If it's without like a rehearsal during the day. But sometimes we have rehearsals. It's like a long day of singing and using your vocals. They need rest because your chords and your vocal system is also muscles that they need rest, like sportsmen. The same way. So yeah, you just need to sleep and to recover that. But drinking alcohol, you lose energy and it hurts chords very much. And then the next day, it's almost impossible to do a good show. But then if you had a fun night, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
And probably, yes, you can be able to do the show. But then how many days you can continuously do that?
Yes.
Maybe one time is kind of okay, but then when you have to work every day, just a little bit, maybe you don't feel it the first day that bad, but then the next day you will feel it a little bit more. But then it will slowly come to the point when you already realize, oh my God, I don't have voice today to sing.
Yeah.
And it happened to me many times. Because this kind of working in a bar, nightclub, there are so many people who want to drink with you, and it's a lot of adrenaline, a lot of stress on stage. So in our profession there are actually quite many people who do that. And there is nothing bad about it, but you just need to know how to do it correctly, not to hurt yourself.
It's a job, it's your profession, so you got to be professional and do these sorts of things.
So for example, I can go out and drink some with my friends and with my band only if I know that I don't have a show the next day, or at least the next 2-3 days. Otherwise I will not be able to do it. And it's not, our band, we're perfectionists.
Yes.
It's not like somebody will not like it. I will not like it. I will feel myself very bad and I will blame myself that I knew that I shouldn't do it. So this rule is number one, just no alcohol before, during and after the show if you have the show the next day. Especially it's very important because some people think there is a myth between people that some alcohol helps you to sing.
Yeah.
For karaoke, maybe to feel more confident, yes, but not when you are professional and performing on the stage. Because just a little bit of alcohol, just maybe a shot, you will lose your focus.
Yes.
You're losing it, then it's like a domino. You're losing your focus, you can forget lyrics somewhere, you can forget about breathing the right way.
Yes.
Once you forget about breathing, because alcohol, it relaxes your muscles and body, then it relaxes your chords, it relaxes you, but when they have to be intense and strong,
so you start to get lazy.
Yes. Yeah, maybe during the show you feel I can do anything, but then the next day, even just one glass or one bottle of beer, next day you will not have voice at all.
Yeah, right.
That's it.
Yeah.
So yes, that's number one. Number two, I would say sleep.
Yes.
You need to sleep a lot. So also, and listen to your body. For example, for me, when I wake up in the morning and I have a show the same day, I already can feel if my throat is okay and I'm ready to work tonight.
Yes.
If I feel there is something wrong or I feel some sore, I push myself to sleep more. I sleep 2 more hours.
Great idea.
If I wake, sometimes when I get sick also, we are humans, not robots.
Yeah.
We can get sick, get cold, and then it's very hurtful. There's this word, for your chords and for your vocal system to sing, so you need to be very careful. That's the right time to sleep as much as you can. 10 hours, 12 hours, 14 hours, as much as you can, as you feel that, okay, now I feel better. Because sleep, really, sometimes I just sleep 2 more hours and I wake up, I have my voice, I have everything, I have energy. So this is rule number 2. So sleep can really help you to recover, or so lack of sleep will also bring you to losing your breathing ability the right way, and also your course will be not that flexible, and everything will go wrong. I said it's like domino. And then another thing I would say, nothing that would hurt. Like, for example, for me, I don't like to warm up food. I hate when people warm, like when you buy somewhere and they warm up, like, please, just 10 seconds. It should be like normal temperature.
Right.
Because otherwise you hurt your cords.
That's interesting. Yeah. Right.
And then, because I say it from my experience. So, for example, we have a show. I order, like, for example, a bowl of dumplings for me. It happened like many years ago. And we don't have time to eat, just 10 minutes and we start the show. And I'm trying to, because I'm hungry, I need to eat, to have something before the job. It's so hot, but I'm hungry and I'm trying to eat it faster. But then I burn a little bit.
Yeah, right.
It's the worst thing. When after that, when you try to sing for 2-3 hours, you're done.
Yeah, right.
You will not have voice for the next 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, cold is not that bad for cords, I would say. Yeah, even ice, and not, I mean, a lot, but a little bit is okay. But not that you drink something cold and you sing immediately. You still need some time to bring it to the normal temperature, your cords, because it has to be like warm.
Very interesting. I want to talk about, it hasn't been all happy times for Pearl and for Shanghai and the people living here. We haven't talked about the lockdown and how it affected your work and the Pearl and yourself. So tell us about how you survived through that first lockdown. I mean, it's been tough.
Yeah, number one thing I would like to say, it's very big thank to the Pearl, to Grant, and to Tracy. They supported us a lot during lockdown, and we got paid through all these times.
That's great.
Difficult
That's really
times.
good.
They knew, as I said, that we are foreigners.
Yeah.
We don't have parents here next to us. We don't have anyone else except ourselves and the Pearl to take care of us. And they did their best as they could to keep us here and not losing us as well. Connected us all the time, and even it helped a lot. Yeah. It was a very big support that we really needed.
And for you in this time, were you writing music? I know that the Red Stars, the Pearl band, you have written original music. So what were you doing in this time? I mean, no shows. Tell us about what you did in this period to sort of get through time.
Lockdown was a very interesting experience because it was first time. Because when we got through the first quarantine, it was in 2020.
Yes.
It was very different because we could go out and we could see friends, and we couldn't work, but at that time we couldn't work just for 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
This time it was much longer, with no way of seeing each other, only like through the phone. And it was so interesting when I met my friends after lockdown. We sat together like 3 girls tried to have a conversation.
Right.
Oh my god, and we couldn't.
Right.
Like, should we call like now through the WeChat and talk with the phone?
Yeah.
Just little by little, step by step, to get back to normal social life, because it was shocking, really.
Right.
You remember when we first were released on the 1st of June? So many people I know, they didn't want to go out.
Right.
So when everybody, because we lost those skills.
Yeah.
We already
So
learned
true.
how to feel comfortable with ourselves at home.
Yeah.
And it's now so stressful to go into that big world and see people, need to talk with them.
So
it was
true,
difficult, yes. So lockdown actually was very fruitful for me because I finally started to do all those things that I wanted to do, and I didn't have a chance to do it because I always was busy and stressed at work with all these shows. And to start something new, the first thing, like, I'm 33 years old, and also there is this kind of myth that when you're a child you can learn a lot of new things, but when you get older it's already like kind of difficult, but it also is always in our head. So during lockdown I managed to start yoga classes, dancing classes. Thankfully I had friends who did that, and they didn't push me. I had like my birthday is on April 18th, and some of my friends who did some online classes, they gave me as a gift their free online classes for 1 week, and then I started to like it. And I dreamt a long time to start to attend dancing classes, and I never could do it. I could find so many excuses for that, but now here it's only you. all the 24 hours is yours. You can do whatever you want with them. You don't have any excuses anymore. And I started to do it. It was so difficult. It's very difficult when you do it for the first time. But those friends of mine, they called me every day. They supported me, especially Anna. She's also a performer at the Pearl. She supported me every day, checking on me, like, how are you? Okay, I saw you that you're about to give up. I will give you one more free class. She called me, okay. She sent me like some more videos, like, practice the dance like this, and I sent her my personal videos of me dancing, and she's like, okay, this is okay. No, this you need to change a little bit like this. And almost every day she was online with me.
That's great.
Supporting. And after going out from lockdown, I finally started to attend classes, and I, depending on time that I have, but most of like time it's like 3 times a week, like 2-3 hours every time. It's a lot, but I love it, and it's that kind of sport because I don't really like go to gym. It's boring for me. But when you're dancing, you exercise and you have a goal, because the way that studio works, in the end of the class you have to shoot a solo of what you learned today, with beautiful lights, with the smoke and everything, and you have to focus and to learn it and to do it. It doesn't matter how difficult it is, because sometimes I was already like, it's 2 hours for example, after 1 hour I was already feeling like I'm dying. But somehow this way of teaching the classes and the whole scheme that they have, it works perfectly, so you can do more that you expected that you can do, and then to get a nice result in the end. So yeah,
that's really cool, very motivating.
Step by step you do something, but then there are more people who try to involve you in something else. It's again like domino.
That's great,
it's just non-stop process. Once you start something, it's like never-ending story of your development and something else, because there you meet new students, they have some other work for you to do, like in some schools or they want to invite you to do the private classes singing with them, or they invite you to do a number with them, like for their company, for a corporative event, for example. They want to do something, to learn a song or to do this, or they want their kids to learn from you too. And you do just this one small step, you like force yourself to do it, and then you get so much back to you as well. So I'm very happy that I finally started it. And during lockdown, dancing, yoga, then
So cool.
a lot of work on original songs. I finally had time to sit down and write lyrics for the songs, because it's difficult for me, because you have to have like a free mind.
Yes.
Empty mind, not bothered with something that you should do this. You have, so I cannot sit normally and write something like some lyrics, because in my mind is all, I have to learn this song, I have to prepare this, I have to do this, so many things that you cannot just relax and let it go and work on it. So yeah, I had a lot of time to also to get some new skills in writing lyrics and how to work like hour and hours, a lot of time. And yes, also we I was invited to take part in one musical, the Six. We were going to do it at the Pearl in the end of May, but we were locked, so the musical is moved to the beginning of the next year. By the way, today after Dave's birthday party, I have a rehearsal for this musical at 8 p.m.
What a busy day.
Yes. Yeah, I had class with a kid, now I have a nice conversation with you, then we go. Yeah, the cake is here.
Yes. The cake
ready
is
to
waiting.
go.
The cake is waiting.
Yes, and then I have a rehearsal tonight later for this musical. It's a very interesting musical. It's very new, from 2017. The name is The Six. It's about 6 wives of Henry VIII.
Oh yes, I know the story.
Yes, and I'm one of the characters, one of the wives.
Oh,
the one he truly loved.
Oh.
Because
So he doesn't kill you.
I gave him a son.
Oh, finally, yes.
That's only reason.
Right.
But that was truly, it was a true love.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were doing during lockdown. Every week we had 2 hours of practicing online with girls, learning all the lines and singing songs, learning dancing. So just keep ourselves, because we were hoping that, because when we were just locked, we didn't know when we will be released.
Yeah.
If somebody would tell us, okay, it's gonna be 2 months, then you can plan it. But for many people actually, life didn't stop. We had plans and we needed to move towards, and finally we got time to put some effort and energy to finish something or to start something, and it was very interesting.
So what's coming up at the Pearl? What are some of the highlights?
You mean next week?
Yeah.
For example, next week we'll have 4 different shows again. For Wednesday it's gonna be Avril Lavigne show, then we have Back to 80s night, then on Friday we're gonna do ABBA show, and then Saturday is gonna be Queen tribute show.
Oh.
It's finally back. It's our one of the
popular
ones at the Pearl. Yes, finally we got our Trenton, the singer, back from Alaska.
That was Freddie. That was an amazing job.
Yes, it was not easy to come back for him, but he did it.
And if you've never seen the Queen show before, it's just like Freddie. There's lots of costume changes, and he really gets into the whole vibe of the Queen show. So it's definitely one to look at.
Yeah, Trenton does great job.
Yes, absolutely.
We will not tell you about all the
surprise
surprises in the show, but yes, it's very impressive.
Yes.
Even for me, I'm still shocked.
Where do we get in contact with you, Ksenia? Your social medias and social medias for the Pearl as well.
Better social medias, of the Pearl, the official site where you can get all the information about upcoming shows and everything that's going on. Also can contact directly and ask anything you want about the shows or booking a table or anything. Like, they will answer all the questions if you've never been to the Pearl. Because it's such a unique place, maybe you need to ask questions first, just to be ready for that. Because I love this place.
Yeah.
I missed it so much. I told you I was so touched on Wednesday when we just got back to the stage finally and started to work. Because it became my life, and I don't see my life without the Pearl.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It's a very big part of my life. and yeah, all the people who work there.
Absolutely. One big happy family at the Pearl, and I think it's great. All right. So last thing is I just ask some quick questions, and then you give me your top 2 or 3 favorite things as of today. You ready, Ksenia? All right. So the first one is, who is your top 2 or 3 favorite all-time bands?
Bands, okay. I would say Queen. Actually, it changed my life completely. The attitude, because when we just were about to get ready to do Queen tribute show, I spent a lot of time on some research and learning the songs, and it's a completely different world from any. They are so unique. There is no any other band like this in the world. Because they combine all the styles of music. They are just everything at once, and something very different from everything. And the way of singing of Freddie Mercury, the way he puts his soul into every song, that's very touching, and that's what also I learned from him, and it was very good experience. And I also, like, for a long time there was a song, Somebody to Love. For me, that was a kind of anchor song. So if I felt sad and I wanted to bring me to a nice mood, I turned on that song.
Right.
And I just start jumping and singing and waltzing because it's just so good.
Yes.
Another band, I would say Linkin Park, because it's completely different vibe from Queen, but it also changed my life completely, because the intense, that the lyrics, the professionality as a singer, so many different also styles of singing all together, and switching from one to another. It's like wow.
Yeah.
Applause, really. And when we decided to do the show, we did the whole tribute, like 20 songs at once. It was a huge, so I had to spend a lot of time preparing for this, so it was a really part of my life for some time, and it even put me a little bit in some kind of melancholy, because I feel for him like so much, because after also he passed away, it was so not easy for him to, like, you can hear from his songs, this miserable
crying out
for something better, yes, and asking people not to be the way they are, and be just a little bit kinder to each other. That's very touchy, and it's still my favorite show. We played it already so many times, and every time when I go to the stage and play this one, I always say that's my favorite show. And it's still my favorite show.
Yeah, you can tell, yes.
And I also feel like this show helps me, and I also got a lot of feedbacks from the customers that this show is like a psychotherapy for everyone. Because when you are stressed, when you have some troubles in your life, with work, anything, you just come to the show, you scream it out
loud. Let it all out.
Yes, you let it out together with us, and then you come back home and you're relieved.
Yes.
And you can sleep.
Yes.
Very good. Have a very good sleep finally. Not thinking about anything. So that's one of the reasons why I love this show, because it's really therapy for me and for people who come for this show.
Yeah. 2 or 3 favorite movies.
Okay. Everyone who knows me knows that I'm crazy about Matrix. I even bought myself a leather coat and pretend I was copying some movements from the fighting scene with with the many different scenes. People had fun, and they did it together with me. They couldn't help
Right.
And I also really like the philosophy of the movie. It's so deep, and every time I watch it, I always can find something that's I
Yeah.
didn't pay attention to, because it's like every second you need to watch this movie so carefully. You can learn so many nice things from it and change also your attitude to some other things. And no matter what they say that you cannot do it, you just know what you have to do and you do it and you get the result in the end, like in this movie. Another one is The Lord of the Rings.
Come on.
That's the movie I love. Actually, I just 1 or 2 weeks ago I finally watched Hobbit trilogy and the first season of The Rings of Power. It was so good. I love it. And The Lord of the Rings is that movie when I feel difficult a little bit in my life and like torture, that I need to push myself, I need some motivation in my life. I watch that movie.
Right.
Because they do incredible things. That any problems in my life, they look like miserable and nothing compared to what they had to get through and not giving up and keep moving, and they got that great result in the end. And yeah, so yeah, that's why this is my movie, like it's a motivation movie for me.
Right. Who is your greatest inspiration / hero and why?
Oh, I would say my teacher Anna. My dancing teacher. She's the greatest inspiration. Actually, most of my friends, they are inspiration for me. Because they are so great, they are so talented, and like inspiration for me are those people. When I look at them, I would like to be like them. So yes, I would say Anna is one of those persons. Like her personality, her talent, her appearance, her feminine attitude to everything, never overthinking, every time precise. From my side, what I see, the way she brings herself into this world, she's just a perfect woman.
Right.
If I would be a man, that girl would be mine. Maybe. I hope so. Well, yeah, she's happy in her relationships. I mean, I'm not lesbian. I'm just so she gave me this inspiration, and also this support that she gave me during lockdown, and also every time, every class is like perfect. It's so good, and everyone is like, it's like her class is like a show every time. She puts so much energy in it, and it's so interesting and good, and you really find energy in yourself. When you feel you don't have anything left, you find it to bring it to the point, like to the end of the class for some good result. Yes, my band is inspiring, very inspiring. I mean, for me, they're so different and they're so unique, every one of them. That's why it's not always easy to get together, because we have such different characters. When you see that I'm kind of losing like conscious sometimes on the stage, and like don't feel like I can do anything else, but there is still like 1 hour left of the show. Then Alex goes with his guitar and he gives me this energy, and like, ooh, yeah, let's do it. And Gilles and Eugene in the same way. So we are kind of supporting each other, inspiring each other during the show and live. I don't know. Yeah.
11 years. That's motivating and inspirational.
At least.
Yeah. It should go on for a lot longer after that.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much for your time, Ksenia.
Thank you, Craig.
Amazing talent. I still don't know how you do shows consistently 4 or 5 days in a row. It's a credit to you, credit to your band. You're in a great, I can see it with the Pearl family and Grant, how close you guys are, and I really do hope that you can get some consistent shows and get it back to how it was in 2019, because if it does, my God, the Pearl will be rocking every night. So all the best and good luck for the future.
Thank you, Craig.
No worries.
Good luck to you too.
Thank you.
大家好, I'm Bala from Bala Simple Chinese School. If you are a beginner, intermediate, advanced, looking for HSK study, business Chinese, or simply want to improve your everyday communication, I'm the teacher for you. Come and join me for a free travel class at Bala Simple Chinese School.